Hello everyone. Today we will read the second lesson of 10th standard from political science, that is Indian foreign policy. In this lesson we will cover the topics: nature of Indian foreign policy, Panchashila principles, non-alignment movement, disarmament, anti-imperialism and anti-apartheid. Now first we will see what is the meaning of foreign policy. Here, foreign policy means a government strategy in dealing with other nation is called as foreign policy. A study of how different countries interact with other countries and the type of relationship they strive to maintain is needed. Just like an individual who cannot live alone, countries also cannot live in isolation. Hence, every country need to have a foreign policy to regulate its interaction with other countries. Out of 200 countries in the world, very few countries are strong and most of them are weak. According to the experts, every sovereign country has its own foreign policy. A sovereign country is the country which is not under any other country's control, either for internal or external issues. It is called as sovereign. It is an important point to note that India had its own foreign policy before independence and after independence also. India has been considered as one of the major countries of the world with its huge population, natural resources, military, intellectual and industrialized capacities. India is one of the few countries in the world who pursue their own foreign policy. India became republic in 1947. As an independent country, India wants peaceful coexistence with other countries of the world. Now we will see what are the aims and objectives of Indian foreign policy. The major aims of Indian foreign policy are national security, enriching national economy, spreading the cultural richness of our country in other countries by increasing the number of friendly countries and check the power of enemy countries, achieving world peace and coexistence. These are the aims of Indian foreign policy. In the radio speech of September 7, 1946, Jawaharlal Nehru outlined the foreign policy of India for the first time to the general public. The speech gave an indication of the foreign relationship India is going to foster with countries like America, Russia and China. Jawaharlal Nehru managed the foreign policies of India as an external affairs minister apart from being the prime minister as well. Hence, many a times the foreign policy of India is also called as foreign policy of Nehru. Various international and national issues have influenced the foreign policy of India. Issues like national interest, geographical interest, political situation, economic interest, military issues, public opinion, international situation and many other issues have influenced and shaped Indian foreign policy. Now we will see what are the aspects of Indian foreign policy. 5 points we will deal. First, it is Panchashila principles. Though countries have their own social, economic, political and cultural system, they have always strived to foster healthy relationship with other countries. Based on the similar lines, in 1954, both India and China accepted Panchashila principles to foster their international relationship. Jawaharlal Nehru was the Prime Minister of India and Zhou Enlai was the Prime Minister of China. The following are the 5 principles called as Panchashila principle. First one, it is respecting each other's sovereignty and regional interest, non-invasions of each other, non-interference in each other's internal issues. Fourth one, it is mutual cooperation and respect, peaceful coexistence. These are the basic fine building blocks of Indian foreign policy. After Panchashila principle, the second aspect of Indian foreign policy is non-aligned movement. Here we will see what is the meaning of non-aligned. Means do not support officially to any powerful bloc of the world. It is called as non-alignment. The world was divided into two powerful blocs After the Second World War, the democratic countries were under the hegemony of USA. Here hegemony means dominance of USA, and the communist countries were led by USSR. USSR is nothing but the Russia. In those days, India followed the policy of being non-aligned to either of these blocs. It was successful in commanding the faith from both the blocs. It secured financial assistance from USA and secured military aid from USSR. It also dealt every international event independently and welcomed or criticized any issued independently. The credit of creating an independent policy of being non-aligned and making it a part of the foreign policy goes to India. After Nehru, the Prime Minister like Lal Bahadur Shastri and Indira Gandhi followed the principle of eye for an eye in foreign policy. The wars held in 1965 and 1971 with Pakistan were guided by this policy. Later, the Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee tried to reform our foreign policy and strive to have better relationship with Pakistan. Now the third aspect of Indian foreign policy is anti-imperialism. Anti means again, and here imperialism means forcefully development or establish economy and political dominance over other nation. It is called as imperialism. When forcefully any other country controlling their economic and political situations, it is called as imperialism, and India was against anti-imperialism. The foreign policy of India opposes imperialism. Imperialism is an attempt by a sovereign country to take over another sovereign country with the intention of ruling it for its personal gain. It was natural for India, which gains its independence from imperial country, to oppose such moves of other countries. No corner of the world shall have imperialism, declared India in the conferences of Asian countries 1949 and 1955 held in New Delhi and Bandung. Here it is Bandung, it is a place in Indonesia. Now the fourth principle, that is anti-apartheid policy. Here apartheid means racial discrimination. It is called as apartheid. Apartheid is an attempt by a race or a people of particular skin color to subjugate another race of people of different skin color in the name of supremacy. Here subjugate means forcefully impose. Apartheid is an affront to human rights and world peace. Here affront means insult or offense. The foreign policy of India declared that no country of the world shall practice this. Till recently, the minority white people were ruling the majority black people in South Africa. India had declared its support to Nelson Mandela and his party, African National Congress, who were opposing apartheid in their country. The last it is disarmament, the fifth principle, that the process of elimination of specific arms step by step is called disarmament. There is an increased competition for the production, sale and collection of the arms in the world. Many of the countries are worried that this massive scale of arms could lead to Third World War. Countries with massive arms may attack another country intentionally or by mistake or by accident, causing massive devastation. The presence of nuclear arms makes the issues more complicated. India, being peace-loving country, advocate for the reduction of arms qualitatively as well as quantitatively. Since the time of Nehru, India has supported disarmament process. Though it is impossible and impractical to attain total disarmament, as every country needs arms for its protection, an attempt can be made to reduce the number of arms. The Constitution of India, Article 51, advocates for foreign policy that aims at establishing international peace and cooperation. The Department of External Affairs of the central government plays an decisive role in formulating our foreign policy. It always considers our national interest and public opinion. Indian foreign policy aims at strengthening UNO. India strives to have strong foreign relationship with the countries of the world through SARC, that SARC means the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, and the Commonwealth of Nations as well. Moreover, India has been one of the major member of UNO. Here we have completed all the 5 basic principles of Indian foreign policy, meaning as well as about the nature. Hope it is clear for you. If you are having any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Thank you.